It's not just like you go to this clinic for 1 hour, like in most therapy or chiropractic clinics. These patients or clients that raise the $40,000 or whatever, they are. Hey, in this episode, we are going to talk about a really interesting specialized practice called the Spiro Clinic in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Looks like it was founded by a chiropractor. They do PT, chiropractic. They do a whole bunch of treatment. They are helping people. And I think this is an interesting case study. I don't know anyone there. I don't know any patients that have gone there. I am just an observer. I somehow got targeted with their Facebook ads, the Spiro Clinic, Spero Clinic. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because they have a fairly expensive program. It's about $40,000. They charge about $3,000 per week. And the program is at the lowest, typically 14 weeks. And you go and people fly there from different states. People fly and visit them from different countries. I don't know how I got targeted by Facebook ads once upon a time by this clinic, but because I follow a bunch of physical therapy practices on Facebook and like their pages or whatever, I guess that's how I was targeted with this ad. And I looked at their video reviews. Their video testimonials are actually really solid. There's, music overlays, whatever. I'm sharing this because some of you will get irritated, frustrated, mad that some practices are doing things like this where they're charging tens of thousands of dollars, and there's other practice owners watching, listening, that are maybe having a challenging time with in-network reimbursement, or they're having a challenging time with marketing and getting new patients or whatever. So I know that there's some folks like Tony Maritato. I shared this with him with this Spiro Clinic. I said, there's this clinic in Arkansas. I want to tell you guys about it. I want to tell you and Jimmy McKay about it. And I want to share it with you. I'm curious. Like, I want to see what you would think of this, you guys. And they charge about $40,000, $3,000 a week for 14 weeks. And then some patients stay for 18 weeks or longer. Now, I know you're going to say, how could any practice, with a conscience actually charge something like that for treating chronic pain, complex regional pain syndrome, RSD, all of those types of conditions and diagnoses. So I think there's certain nuggets that you can pull out of this to maybe help your practice. I'm not saying you need to charge 10, 20, 30, 40 grand per patient. And I know that there's a lot of patients or a lot of clients and people in your community that don't have the resources to do this. So another reason why I'm sharing this is because I'm also going to share my screen of their Facebook page, their video testimonials, which I think you could learn from. If you're not doing video testimonials already, you certainly should. I need to do more of it. We need to do more of it in my practice. And I'm sharing this also because what's interesting that I think will also offend and irritate some practice owners is that this practice, the Spiro Clinic, they help their potential patients use GoFundMe, and they fundraise the funds to be able to pay for that, because obviously insurance is not covering $3,000 a week for PT and chiropractic. And they do laser treatment. They do probably red light therapy. They have the ARP wave, which is kind of like the newbie device where it's electrical stimulation while you're doing exercise, while you're doing ambulation, squatting, wall sits, whatever. So let's get into it. All right. I'm sharing my screen. Let's get into it. All right, here we go. So if you are listening on iTunes or Spotify, you'll have to jump over to the Dave Kittle Show on YouTube to see this. So on Facebook, you can check this clinic out. Again, I have no affiliation. I get nothing from this. I don't know any of the PTs, chiropractors, healthcare providers, any professionals at this place. I've never spoken with any patient or client that have gone through here. I'm just an outside observer. I'm sharing it with you because maybe there's some nuggets that you could potentially utilize and learn, or not use, or definitely say you would never want to do that. But anyway, on Facebook, you can check out Spiro Clinic, Spero, Spiro Clinic. Their website is here, thespiroclinic.com. We can go over to that in a second, but really what I wanted to show you, so right here, their header, neurologic relief. And what they do is they treat the vagus nerve. So we do a little bit of vagus nerve treatment with this portable stimulation device called the StimPod. I don't see in their videos or their pictures or things like that of them using the StimPod, but I have seen them use things like the ARP Wave, which is kind of like the newbie device now that's super popular and getting more and more popular. So let me scroll down really quick. I want to show you what they'll do is they'll have these pre and post pictures of their patients, and then they'll have the post video of here's an example, and I'll turn the volume on. So here, some music overlaid. I don't know if you can.
Event since you run. without pain.
If you can hear this.
Should I?
So I want to pause that for a second. So someone, maybe a provider, PT, whoever, is asking this young patient or client of theirs, and she looks like she's probably, I don't know, 10 or 11-ish years old, something like that, and asking her, when was the last time that you were able to run? And the caption of the video says, for the first time in 7 months, Juniper runs pain-free. And so then they show right now, if you're not seeing it, if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, one of the providers or professionals at this Spiro Clinic is running with the patient, the client, in the parking lot. Now the patient or client, the 10 or 11-year-old at the end of the video is falling into her mother's arms in like a joyous fashion. So she's super excited and thankful or whatever. So Spiro Clinic, they do a ton of great stuff here. Here's another video if you're watching on YouTube. They are doing some kind of like wall slides, like squatting, but against not using a physio ball against the wall, but just sliding down into a squatted position using, they don't usually show it. Sometimes they show it, but they use this device called the ARP wave. I have no affiliation with ARP wave at all, but it's kind of either neuromuscular reeducation type stimulation during exercise, but I think it uses DC. I think it uses direct current anyway, whatever. Another thing I wanted to show you with sharing my screen here is, let me jump over to this. Now, this, like I said, this might also rub some practice owners the wrong way. How could you ever charge this amount of money, with any good conscience or whatever? Tony Maritato had a few comments. He said, like, how could some practice with a conscience ever do this and charge like 40 grand for 14 weeks for, 4 months of treatment? But then he also was like, he was also surprised or interested to hear more about the story. So I'm sharing this with him. I'm sharing this with Jimmy McKay. I'm sharing this with you guys. So if you go on Google and you type in GoFundMe, so I just search GoFundMe space thespiroclinic.com. If you Google search that, you'll get a whole bunch of folks that will fundraise to go to this practice. Now, I know this sounds maybe asinine. Maybe this sounds ridiculous. Maybe you're mad at me because I'm even giving this practice some airtime or whatever. I just think it's super interesting. Let's just click on this first one. And it shows a young woman with I'm not going to read it all, but like a ankle or lower extremity injury. You can see the discoloration of her legs. So obviously she had some change with swelling and with nerve function and all that. So you can see right here, like her goal to raise money is $70,000, and she's already raised like $20,000 over 243 donations. So this looks like, a regular young, healthy woman. And let's see. So, hello, my name is Lainey. I am 23 years old. I'm here to tell you my entire story, as I believe it's important to better understand my situation and need for type 2 CRPS treatment through the Spiro Clinic in Fayetteville, Arkansas. If I didn't mention that already, it's this one location, Fayetteville, Arkansas. As with most CRPS treatments, insurance does not cover it. And then it describes a little bit about CRPS and things like that, about trauma. The Spiro Clinic is a non-invasive program finding that the most effective approach to treating the imbalance caused by CRPS is to treat and strengthen the central nervous system from within. This will allow the body to heal itself. The minimum cost for this clinic is between $35,000 and $40,000. Cold laser therapy is a separate fee. Housing is $1,700 a month. And she said, I will be there a minimum of 4 months. She had to pay for the apartment for 6 months since she will most likely have to return to Atlanta, I guess her home, partway through the program to have surgery. And then she's going to return to Spiro Clinic to finish the program. She says, I will also need an ARP wave machine in and around $20,000. So that's interesting. So like the Spiro Clinic, I guess, is making or suggesting that the patient or client buy their own ARP wave. Again, I have no affiliation with ARP wave. It's similar to Newbie, the Newbie device that's getting more and more popular now. DC, direct current. A lot of practitioners, PTs, chiropractors, other folks are using either the ARP wave or the Newbie device as electrical stimulation during movements, during exercise, during weighted exercise, as part of treatment, conditioning, neuromuscular rehab, all that type of stuff. She goes on to say, this all happened so fast. that I don't have all the costs and won't know exactly how long I will be in the program until I start, but at minimum 12 to 14 weeks. And my mom and I will post the updates. Here's the link to Spiro Clinic, a little bit more of her story, which usually will have some combination of previous orthopedic injuries, maybe some, I don't want to overstep, but with some of these conditions, PTSD for different things, different psychosocial or emotional trauma or whatever. I'm not even going to get into all that, but this whole background here, you can read through these. And I just think, and there's pictures, of course, with, these patients or clients and showing like them going through these different, whether it's surgeries, medical procedures, whatever. And then you can see here on GoFundMe, they're different supporters, they're different folks donating. Again, this is a little bit outside of my my wheelhouse here. I just think it's different. I just think it's a little interesting. So again, if you Google GoFundMe space thespiroclinic.com, look at this fundraiser by Tim, and this is all public, so I can say their names. Fundraiser by Tim Kimberly, fundraiser by Alexis Bruno, help Caitlin heal, donate, fundraiser for Holly Sells, healing for Lauren Pittman, help Taylor B, complex regional pain syndrome, Tina, Ethan, Mary, Meg, Erica. I mean, this goes on and on and on. And whether you like it or not, this Spiro Clinic helps the patient or client set up a GoFundMe, which is a little kind of like, wow. But whatever. I mean, this is just something different. I'm not saying to take anything from this. I'm not saying do this. All I'm saying is, first of all, you should absolutely, and I need to be doing more of this, which is now I'm back on their Facebook page showing a video testimonial of a patient or client during a peak of happiness, something that they were able to accomplish and achieve. So this clinic, they do a great job with Facebook marketing. They do a great job with video testimonials. They obviously have simple posts like this, that all of you guys do these types of posts. Like, here's their new therapist. Here's their new, provider. Oxygen therapist. I don't even know what that is. Maybe Tony Maritata knows what that is. I have no idea. That you could be a therapist that delivers oxygen, and maybe as part of their treatment, I don't even know the full protocol of what they do, but I guess there's some hyperbaric oxygen treatment or whatever. Let's go into their photos real quick. We're going to scroll down. They post a lot of like inspirational quotes and memes and things like that. So maybe they're not going to show, I think they usually show more of the treatment on their videos and not so much their pictures. But it is it's like a full-time job going to this place that you're paying for, that you're raising money for. So it's multiple hours of a day. It's not just like you go to this clinic for 1 hour, like in most therapy or chiropractic clinics. These patients or clients that raise the $40,000 or whatever, they are getting multiple hours of laser and vagus nerve stimulation and probably food and sleep and nutrition and, diet and all that type of stuff. So it is interesting that it is kind of like a fully holistic or I don't know about a holistic. It's a fully like, it's an encompassing program. It's a program that is encapsulating more than just like you go to an office for cupping or dry needling or physical therapy or spine adjustments or spinal decompression or whatever. You go there for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever, and then you leave and you go home or whatever. Here, this is almost like one of these retreat type of resort things. You've heard of like these medical retreats or these medical resorts where people will go for a week or two and have a whole bunch of like services and medically necessary, non-medically necessary type treatment, whatever. Anyway, let me know. I would love to hear your feedback. If you're pissed, if you're annoyed that I'm even giving this practice air time, let me know. I mean, here's some really good videos here of like their clients get to some milestone or they finish the program or they have, they're moving better, they're feeling better, whatever. And then they ring a bell, which a lot of practices do in terms of like their discharge or their graduation or whatever, even though I don't like the word discharge. They have young patients and clients. They have middle-aged patients and clients. They have older individuals. I think the biggest thing you can learn from this is their Facebook videos and all their videos are patients going through treatment. Obviously, you'd have to have patient consent to do that, to take pictures, to take video, etc. They do a great job with editing these videos, which you would want to outsource or have some other person do and not have that tie up your time. I think the video on Facebook is the biggest thing you can learn from this. And then there's just more pictures. Here's the chiropractor, Dr. Katinka, that founded Spiro Clinic in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Here she's doing some hands-on treatment. But let me know. I'd be curious to hear your feedback. Is this offensive? Is this whole practice, is this whole model inappropriate? Is this ridiculous? Is there some nugget? Is there something that you learned from this? Let me know. Give me some feedback. Comment below on the YouTube or Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook or wherever you see this. Comment if it's interesting, if it's ridiculous, if you think I should take it down, if you think I should even take down the recording of this video. But anyway, that was the recap of the Spiro Clinic in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Somehow came up with the idea or the model of charging $40,000 for basically full-time style treatment, where a patient or client travels, and it's a lot of out-of-state patients and clients. They travel from other states and they go and they stay in Fayetteville, Arkansas for this clinic, this type of treatment, multiple hours a day. Kind of wild. I would love to hear your insight, your thoughts on this. Let me know, and we'll catch you next time here on the Dave Kittle Show. Subscribe to the YouTube if you have not already, and we will see you then. Bye now. Hey, it's Dave Kittle. Are you a healthcare business owner or physical therapy practice owner who is looking to figure out your succession plan or exit strategy? We might be able to help. And in fact, we may be interested in acquiring your practice. If you're interested, you can reach out to me. Shoot me an email at dave@conciergepainrelief.com. That's DAVE at CONCIERGE painrelief.com. Or you can call me at any time, 646-781-8884.